Hey, 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 day 7 of the 4th World Age Group Underwater Hockey Championships, and we're right at the pointy end into the first day out of 3 of finals. And I've got Para sitting here. Welcome, Para. Would you like to talk us through the Colombian team and tell us who we've got coming up?
Sí, muy buenas noches en Colombia, buenos días acá. Bueno, el mediodía realmente vamos a ver un partido muy interesante, Colombia-Australia. Ese es la ficha 3 que es Colombia contra la Australia. Clasificó en el puesto sexto, tercero contra sexto. Por papeles se supone que debería ser Colombia quien gane. Hoy descansan Camila Ponte del Club Titanes y María Paula Sarmiento del Club Aletas Copacabana.
Okay, now we've only got 25 seconds to go, so I'll leave running through the Australian team until a little bit into the game. 20 seconds to go. We've got Australia in what colour first up? We've got Australia in black, excellent, and Colombia in white. So Australia going from left to right in the screen, Colombia going from right to left. So thanks very much for tuning in. This game has been a bit late starting. We've had already games going over the time. We had one game going 43 minutes this morning, and it's always going to be like that coming up to the finals. So we're away. Fantastic. This is really exciting. Two very close teams trying to get to proceed into the medal winning finals. The loser of this game, will have to fight even harder to, I think, Para, the loser of this game won't be playing off for a medal. But we will confirm that.
Sí, vimos el inicio del partido, esperamos que las chicas colombianas puedan mantener la concentración y el buen juego que han tenido. Ya en la serie del round robin la habíamos ganado a Australia, esperemos que se confirme esa superioridad en juego. Se supone que este juego es el juego número 166. Los perdedores de este juego vuelven a jugar hoy a las 5 de la tarde, lo cual es desventajoso.
All right, so the ref playing play on here as Australia really penetrating up into the Colombians' backline. Now the Colombians, you'll notice their little flashy fins. I love the flashes of gold. The Aussies, you know, we sometimes think that might be a little bit of overconfidence, but I know talking to the Colombians, it's not. They're just celebrating and it's what they aspire to. So it's setting the goals high, and gee, they look good in the water. It's terrific. But the Colombians coming straight back with an amazing attack onto the defense of Australia, who were caught flat-finned. Not happy.
Muy bien, veíamos a Laura Arboleda después de una serie de jugadas por el centro. Laura Arboleda es el número 3. Laura Arboleda hizo un muy buen gol, miren el replay, excelente después de esa serie de jugadas por el centro. Entra sola con un gran chute. Veamos a Felipe Díaz en pantalla.
Yeah, and I think I saw beautiful Bridie Hilda and Claudia there looking at each other. Those girls play together in Tassie all the time, and you know, they usually work really well in tandem, but something gave there. So Australia will be resetting, I think. I'm not sure who's taking the strike, but whipping out there, though Colombia got there first. So Aussie girls pushing the Colombian back and making a good press. The Colombians are always all over the puck. You could fit them inside a hula hoop, those Colombian girls. It's really hard to find space when you play against Colombia.
Sí, veíamos en las dos salidas que han habido por la pastilla que Colombia llega primero por mucha diferencia al centro. Vemos que en el marcador está errado, va ganando Colombia 1-0 y vuelve Colombia al ataque.
Yeah, something's breaking down for the Australians there. They managed to push it up both times straight away into the Colombians' defence. The Colombians are doing something really clever there to change that momentum and put it back on the Australians' backline. Just ignore the scoreboard there. It should be the other way around, but our techies are right onto it. We've got an amazing techie crew here helping us in the comms box.
Sí, vuelve Colombia a hacer su presión por el centro, así tratando de hacer la diagonal del muro hacia el centro. Recordemos que por el lado australiano también está jugando una colombiana, la hija de Lucero Perdomo, Camila Reyes. Falta en contra de Colombia. Esperemos que podamos sostener la pastilla ahí y volver a hacer la diagonal para lograr el otro gol.
Yeah, the refs there, I'm just looking at the lovely ref action of the ref that's in the water in the farthest part of screen. Very economical with his actions. We love seeing all the little individual takes on the actions, the the unsportsmanlike behaviour, which we call the rubbing the unicorn move, and we've got the Heimlich manoeuvre as well. Each ref has their own little personal style. My favourite would have to be Nath Whelan, who's like slow like a bear, very controlled, very contained. I think his heart rate only got up to 60 beats per minute in a game that he was reffing. So, keep an eye on the refs. They all just have their little personal takes on their calls.
Muy bien, veíamos ahí señalando una falta con el stick de las colombianas, el juez francés Christophe Ley. Es uno de los buenos jueces que tenemos en el torneo. Colombia sale del territorio australiano, ahora la están presionando y bueno, hay un cambio de frente para luego atacar por el centro. Vemos que Colombia está muy consistente en el manejo de la pastilla.
Yeah, as you see with that free, a traditional kind of signature move from the Australians. They take the free, look for space. They're always trying to capitalise on those frees, as with any team. But the Aussies tend to do something a little bit different, but I'm not going to talk too much more about that. We don't want to give away too many secrets. So we've got an infringement called. Looks like he's looking for a player for obstruction, pushing them back, and you'd expect if this continues, we'll have someone out doing the penguin walk up the pool deck and into the sin bin.
Muy bien, Colombia cometió una serie de faltas que le ha significado pues perder la presión que ha mantenido sobre la pastilla. Esperemos que las chicas puedan controlar esas ansias y esa forma de atacar que está generando las faltas para poder mantener la presión y anotar. Ya se ha corregido el marcador, ya está nuevamente como debe ser.
Yeah, I think that it was just terrific pressure. Australia, when you're swimming it out, you've got to go 100%, 100 miles an hour, because the Colombians, look at that, they are onto you. With a right-hander, you should be able to protect it with your body. What a great regaining of possession, an extra effort. The Australians will be looking to get some subs in the water now, and there's my lovely niece, Tori Wickham there, just backing up as fullback, cruising around. She's a bit of a shark, old Tori. She tends to hover, but when she gets a sniff of blood, she's in there like a terrier.
Vemos muy bien haciendo las chicas colombianas haciendo la trenza por el centro. Hay un avance de Australia que corta muy bien Camila Mejía, un pase al frente que aprovecha y Colombia ahora tiene una escapada. Bueno.
Yeah, the Colombians traditionally play a bit of a corridor style. They'll do the old weave and duck and weave. They do the 45s, curl it back, look for support, back into the middle again. Someone's got to hit this girl. She's got far too much room. If the Australians can break up that momentum, that drive, that corridor, you'll see they'll take it wide, because the Aussies like a bit of space. Big 15-metre wide court by 25 metres. You've got to use the space. You've got the fitness, you've got the legs. Go for a swim, girls.
Muy bien, hay una falta que señala el juez, la juez sudafricana Annalise Müller. Ahora cobra un cobro para Colombia, una advantage pad para Colombia. Aprovecho para saludar a Ángela Montoya, a Alexander Salazar,
Nice.
Inestrosa y a Carlos Osorio.
Okay, we've got an Aussie timeout here, and yeah, spot on. We see most of the timeouts occur halfway through each half. It just gives the team time to suck it up, regroup. The coach can say a few words. I was just talking to Para earlier, and Para, how many games are you reffing per day at this championships?
Okay, we usually ref 3-4 games in the day. Sometimes depends of the need of the championship. We have one more or 1 minute. Today I'm gonna ref like 4, probably 5. Depends on how Sergio's ear is going. So.
Okay, so that's a pretty big gig for the refs, and they're not only just here in the water. When they get out of the water, they have meetings, debriefs, and after every second day, they get together and have a couple of meetings into the evening as well. So it's a pretty big ask for the refs. But I tell you what, Para, being to quite a few competitions myself, I think the reffing is just getting better, and at this competition itself, the reffing has been great. They've been playing advantage, keeping the flow of the game going, as well as really taking the bull by the horns, taking charge and throwing players out, and we've noticed that there's actually less kick-outs as the games have progressed.
Y es un trabajo bastante exigente, pues hay que luchar con la adrenalina de los jugadores, de la competición. Hay algunos asuntos técnicos pues que dificultan bastante el trabajo. Ahora vemos la presión de Colombia justo en la esquina. Vemos a la jugadora número 5, Mariana Arboleda, presionando para sacarla de la esquina y haciendo a Estefanía el cambio hacia el centro para entrar hacia la portería. Eh,
Hey, now I've got Phoebe Stewart here, back extraordinaire. Phoebe, can you offer a few comments about the Australian backline? What's happening there? What do you see?
Yeah, look, I think I've been watching the games for the under-23 Australians for most of the competition. And I think their backline has been pretty solid, and I think really where they're falling down is that attacking drive, and you can see that the Colombian girls really have that, and they're really pushing hard every opportunity they get. They're straight onto the puck, and I think the Aussie girls have just got to find a bit of passion and really push hard.
Yeah, they've got to find a bit of mongrel. They've got to find a bit of berserker. They've got to get a bit of froth, coming out of the mouth chimney. And, because we all know as being players as well, when you see one of your teammates just go berserk, go crazy, everyone lifts, and it really does lift the team. So, Aussie, come on, find your mongrel. Let's see it happening.
Sí, pues estoy aquí comentando con dos jugadoras australianas con mucha experiencia. Nos están comentando cómo viven ellas pues el juego desde afuera. Vemos que Colombia mantiene una presión muy alta sobre la pastilla, están haciendo muy buen trabajo, haciendo la trenza por el centro. Y va Colombia nuevamente tratando de romper ese muro que ha montado Australia en la mitad de la cancha. Muy buen giro y ahora vemos que avanzan hacia la portería australiana.
Yeah, look, we've got two games going, obviously, this morning. In the other court, we've also got an under-23 women's game. We've got the South Africans 1 goal up against Argentina 0. That's a bit of a surprise, actually. So we've got a 1-0 game, a 1 and a goose egg for both courts. And with 5 minutes to go in the first half, something's got to give. And it's always, you look at the seedings and you think you can predict who's going to win each game, but come to the finals, it's a totally different kettle of fish. Yeah, thanks, Colin. I know playing with Keith Mitson in the Berserkers back in the day, he'd literally froth at the mouth, and just seeing that action, the whole team we'd be scared of him, but we'd definitely lift.
Muy bien, ahora un cobro en contra de Colombia. Vamos a intentar hacer más narración en español, pero entiendan que todo el mundo quiere escuchar y entender lo que está pasando. Bueno, vemos que Australia ha salido un poco de la presión que teníamos sobre la portería. Ahora avanzan hacia territorio colombiano y las chicas hacen un buen relevo, están ajustando muy bien las cosas y van otra vez buscando el centro.
You saw that Colombian girl do a terrific steal and take the momentum away from the Australians, but unfortunately as they do, the Colombians look for support on the inside play, and there was so much room over on the camera side where she could have swum, and she actually had a player hovering out there. The girls have to, just open their eyes a bit more and look for the space, and we have another ref rocking the beard there, and we do love a beard. Earlier on I saw Robbie Kilpatrick, who's a ref, just give a really nice flick of his ponytail, and I think that made my day, actually.
Bueno, el juez francés pide un tiempo fuera para advertir a una de las jugadoras colombianas. Sin embargo, es un cobro a favor de Colombia.
All right, so a free puck for Colombia. Australia heads out really fast to try and counteract that drive. You don't want to overcommit on these Colombians, because if you try and go for the puck when they're streaming like that, they'll just curl it off you and bring it on the inside. Obviously another foul. Brady. Oh, but a glove in for number 12 for Colombia, Isabel.
Sí, veíamos una muy buena aproximación de Colombia, pero en la jugada cerca a la portería Isabel comete una doble falta de guante y stick. Espera Colombia el cobro de las australianas.
Yeah, but it's good though. It's good to see the Colombians doing that. It's great. We've got nice smooth tiles here. There are no excuses for saying I can't break out because the puck is bobbling. It's not. The puck will be sliding really, really well. And we've got some really good quick swimmers here. You've got to, you need to wind up your little forwards that have got the legs and just wind them up, get them ready, and then launch them into the space.
Sí, vemos que Colombia sigue manteniendo una presión, intentando hacerle diagonal hacia el centro. Un saludo especial para Steven Cars, que está viéndonos desde Estados Unidos.
Hey, it's good to see Spot X Underwater Vision giving us a comment. That's the first one that I've seen. Oh, yes, thanks, Steve Cars. But reflective fins, Spot X Underwater Vision are loving the reflective fins. Spot X have actually trialling these cameras at the Underwater Hockey Championships here, and because we usually use a GoPro camera. And I think you'll all agree that the 4 cameras in water, the 2 cameras out, are working super well. And if you're watching the stream, up on the screen you'll see in a minute a little overlay of where you can dump some cash to help us reach that $10,000 target. So you can see it there on the screen. Yeah, put a few coins in because these cameras can be used again at the next World Championships in Quebec and then again in Sheffield for the age groups.
Muy bien, veíamos el cobro de Colombia, sin embargo Australia la defiende, es una jugada muy rápida, esperemos que las puedan alcanzar. Es una jugada de 25 metros. Sí.
I wonder if it's Olivia Sanderson or is that
Sí.
Tori?
Anota la jugadora número...
Tori Wickham, that's my lovely niece. No! Call out to you, Tori. She's slippery through the water, deceptive. I'm going to say that that's my doing, that one.
Yeah. Tori is an excellent player, and I think that's really one of her strengths, her ability to accelerate from the back line and really commit to the goal tray. So congratulations, Tori. That's an excellent goal, a very timely goal.
Yeah, spot on though. Come on, a bit soft, Tori. Get back in the water. You don't need to breathe. Okay, so it's 1-1. Beautiful tight game. 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. And I'll tell you, I'd agree with you, Spot X. I'm loving those reflective fins. So thumbs up for Colombia.
Muy bien, Colombia mantenía una muy buena presión sobre la pastilla, pero bueno, en un cobro hay un descuido de las defensas y hay una escapada brillante de las australianas. Es un gol de casi 25 metros. Esperemos que Colombia pueda mantener la presión y aparte de eso anotar. Hacen una kamikaze las australianas que es interceptada por las colombianas y anotan el gol. Muy bien aprovechado ese error de las australianas. Y el gol sí, lo confirman. Confirman el gol. Jugadora número...
We just had one of the Australian girls just take it from the corner and swim it straight across the goal tray, Para. And it was so risky. And unfortunately, when you're a right-hander and you swim it from right to left, you've actually presenting that puck. I don't know what was going on there, but Colombia certainly did. And they went, oh, no way, that's ours. And they snotted it and got it in the water, in the goals.
No pudimos ver quién anotó el gol. Laura Arboleda nuevamente. Muy bien, muy bien. Fue una muy buena jugada de Colombia al presionar ese cambio de frente, esa kamikaze que intentaron hacer las australianas y bueno, interceptan la pastilla y pueden anotar el segundo gol que nos da un poco de tranquilidad, pero hay que mantener la concentración. Ahí vemos en pantalla a Felipe Díaz dándole tranquilidad a sus niñas. Agradecemos igualmente el trabajo de Daniela Posada que ha estado pendiente todo 24 horas del proceso de las chicas.
Yeah, I just had Phoebe whispering in my ear there saying, unusual to call a timeout with only 20 seconds to go in the game, in the first half, but maybe they've got a power play planned. With 16 seconds, maybe they think, come on, girls, we've got this little move that we want to try and we're going to funnel it into the tray.
Sí, Felipe pide ese tiempo faltando muy pocos segundos de juego, tal vez para darle un poco más de respiro a las chicas. Vamos a mirar, ya les confirmo, 15 segundos faltan exactamente, tal vez tratando de darle un poco más de respiro a las chicas en esta media mitad. Sigue Colombia ganando las pastillas en la mitad, estamos muy rápidos.
Okay, so there wasn't a power play. It was actually, let's just get possession and stop the Australians to have any chance of getting a goal. So we're into half-time. I might just run you through the Australian women's team. Olivia Sanderson, vice-captain number 1 from Tassie. Go, Olivia, we love you. Victoria Wickham, as I said, probably once or twice. My niece from Tassie here too, number 2. We've got Sunny Pascoe Thompson, who's relocated to Tassie. Woohoo, number 3. Sarah Walker is the captain, number 4. And where's she from?
She's from WA.
Yeah, nice, thank you. And we've got Matilda Castella, number 5.
Yeah, Matilda's living in Canberra at the moment. She's originally from France and played a little bit there, but really in Australia has gotten into hockey.
Yeah, okay, we've got 2 Tassie girls, Claudia Payne and Bridie Hilda, number 6 and 7 respectively. And do you want to do the rest of the... You're confident? No? Okay, right. We've got... Well, Sarah Macbeth Curtin, I think she's out of the game for this one. Cammy from Western Australia as well. Reese Perdomo. Emily Taylor's sitting out of this game. She's a Tassie girl. And the last 2 we've got here, Emma Lemar, who's from Scotland, who's...
Orkneys, I think.
Eh?
Orkney Islands, I think she's from, yeah.
Oh, okay, nice little...
Been in Australia for about a year.
Yeah, she's with her boyfriend Tim, who's been in the comms box quite a bit, helping out, and he's a lovely guy. So she's living in Victoria, I think. And Stephanie Wickham, hello, Steph. There's my little niece, the youngest of 3, and she's number 12. And the coaches are Nina Barry McCauley and assistant coach Hannah Robert Tissot, who's not afraid to say a few words.
I was wondering, do any of the under-23 Colombian women play on the elite side for Colombia?
Yes, we have a couple players who also play in the elite. They are the number 4, Camila Mejia, number 7, Camila Ospina, and number 11, Manuela Calle. Probably the next year in Canada we will have most of these girls playing for elite. They are playing really well. They are fit. They have the time and they have the love for this sport. So probably most of them will be in Canada.
Yeah, that's excellent to see. We've got about in Australia about 4 of the girls in the under-23 team in the women's and the elite women's squad at the moment.
Yes, we also have Maria Camila Mejia, the number 6. She was playing in Stellenbosch last year, so like 4 probably. Bueno, aprovecho para enviar el saludo. Faltan 25 segundos. Yesenia Alejandra reporta sintonía. El próximo gol con seguridad que lo narraré con más emoción. Vemos a Cata Chica y a Mili.
I actually thought Millie was playing this game, so I'm surprised to see her not in the water and out of the pool with Kata. Must have been a decision from Coach Felipe to rest Millie this game.
Muy bien, arranca segundo tiempo. Seguramente Colombia va a ganar la pastilla como lo ha hecho en las 3 oportunidades anteriores. Muy bien, vemos que están llegando muy sobradas las chicas. Hay que aprovechar esa velocidad para sacar ventaja y de la posesión y tirar el juego hacia donde nos conviene. Por el momento el centro ha sido muy efectivo para anotar los goles.
Yeah, so I think as we kick off, the Australians in the halftime probably talking about how they just really need to lift to motivate themselves to get another goal up, and I think that Colombian goal in the second part of the first half there was going to be hard for the Australians, and they just really need to be going hard from the get-go here.
Muy bien, Colombia mantiene la presión sobre el centro, Australia defiende hacia el muro, vuelve Colombia hacia la mitad. Muy bien, esperemos que puedan clarificar la jugada. Espera Australia, las chicas colombianas siguen con su presión, vamos sobre todo el centro, sigue, se queda, entra la pastilla, no, hay una defensa hacia el muro, hay una jugada a favor de Colombia al parecer, están dando una ley de ventaja para Colombia al parecer.
So that's a free there, and he was the coach there signalling advantage for a while. I know the decision to play advantage on the top above the water is new this competition. So what do you think about that, Nat? The signalling of advantage on top of the water rather than under the water.
Yeah, look, nice one, Phoebes. Yeah, the advantage play is something that's relatively new, along with the 3 refs. It's great to see it above the water because we've got our 2 cameras as well as the other 4. 2 cameras on the surface, and they show us what's going on. Parry, you're not happy there. A little shake of the head. Whoopsie daisy. What was that?
yes. It was a headshot. No, I'm not really headshot. Bueno, fue un pastillazo. No, menos mal que fue en el cuerpo, no fue en la cabeza. Para la jugadora número 6, María Mejía, Colombia pierde esa oportunidad de oro. Aprovecho para saludar en su cumpleaños a la Cucha, Tania Rivero. Natalia Pérez también reporta sintonía en el chat de YouTube.
Yeah, terrific. This is terrific hockey we're seeing here. I've got some stats about the live streaming, Para. Colombia are on the top of the amount of views that we've had for the live streaming. So well done, Colombia. And you can tell by all the live chats, they're definitely really vocal, really support underwater hockey. So thanks, Colombians. And down the list, we work down to Colombia at top, followed by Australia, Argentina, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and then France and Turkey coming up there. There's been 90 countries that have tuned into the live streaming. And well done to you, that one person from Uzbekistan. That's great. You watched for 5 minutes, and I'm sure you're a better person for it. The most watched game was the men's 23, France versus Turkey, with 1,500 views. And the girls' game was 1,300 views, Colombia versus GB. So nice work. There's some stats for those people that are into the numbers.
Sí, muy bien. Estamos acá revisando las cifras del streaming, de la transmisión por YouTube. Somos el país número 1, Colombia el país número 1 por cantidad de minutos vistos y por cantidad de gente. Sigue Colombia avanzando hacia la portería australiana. Hay una nueva falta, se supone que es, sí, una falta con el stick de Laura Arboleda.
Yeah, a little bit of dicing the vegetables there by the ref number 8. And pushing Colombia back. If you go on the stats page for the underwater hockey, you can actually click on individual players and see how much time they've spent in the sin bin, how naughty they've been, and probably how many fines they're going to attract. I think the Turkish boys are fining their players $100 if they end up in the sin bin. That's just a little rumour that we've been spreading. But I'd encourage anyone from Turkey, if you've copped the $100 fine, give a little percentage of that to the GoFundMe. You'll see the overlay come up on the screen in a minute. So you put your bucks in the bin, in the tray, in the trough, in the goals, in the net, and help us reach that $10,000 target to cover all the AV that you can see and are enjoying on the live stream.
Muy bien, lamentablemente pues cometimos esa falta ahí cerca de la portería y nos evitó que siguiera la presión ahí justo donde la necesitamos para convertir el tercer gol, que nos dé un poco más de tranquilidad. Colombia sigue manejando la pastilla, sigue manejando la presión en el territorio australiano cuando hay una nueva falta.
So there we go. That's our first kick out for the game. Obstruction against Colombia, and I think, you know, we've been expecting a team warning or a kick out for a while as Colombia continues to do some obstruction. So number 6 for Colombia, Camilla. Oh, sorry, Maria. Sorry, Camilla. It's Maria out there for obstruction, and I think that's a good decision for escalation from the referees.
Can I ask you a question, Phoebe? Because I know you've been in the sin bin at least probably once in your time. What do you think about when you're there?
Oh, look, I think it's a good time to reflect on what you've done and how you're playing in the game. Really, it's kind of a forced timeout. Try not to get too bogged down in what's been happening and really refocus.
Bueno, muy bien, vemos que Colombia juega 5 contra 6 en este momento. Muy bien, afortunadamente pierden la pastilla y ahora vamos a defender contra el muro. La desplazan hacia allá las jugadoras colombianas. Esperemos que este minuto pase rápidamente para igualar números en el agua y poder volver a hacer la presión hacia el centro. Muy bien, Colombia sale persiguiendo la pastilla. Laura Arboleda nuevamente hace una cadena, hace un enrosque. Muy bien, vamos a tejer esa malla, muchachas. Muy bien, Colombia saliendo muy bien de la presión, incluso con 5 jugadoras. Teníamos a María Camila Mejía, la número 6, expulsada por una obstrucción, y Colombia nuevamente mete presión en el territorio australiano.
Yeah, Australian girls looking pretty relaxed there, and I think the Colombians are really kind of pushing hard at every opportunity they can get, and they're looking quite dangerous, you know, streaming there through the middle and doing their signature kind of curl around and passing back to their own players, keeping the puck very unexposed, really. So the Colombian style is to keep the puck as unexposed as possible. So a free there for the Australian team, and I think they're a bit lucky there. That decision to move across the play at that time probably needs a bit of reflection. Shout out to Zoe Canavan. Happy birthday. Thanks for your comments on the live chat. I know you've been watching the competition via YouTube, and it really, as I've only come down to Hobart today, so I think have to say that the YouTubing and streaming has really been excellent. For me, it's been the best quality I've seen in any competition. I think Quebec, I hope you're taking some notes, and I hope to see a similar quality for the Elites Worlds next year in Canada.
Bueno, nuevamente una expulsada colombiana. Vemos a Laura González Giraldo expulsada 1 minuto por una falta con el stick. Nuevamente Colombia 5 contra 6 a defender esa pastilla con todo, chicas. Sí, el segundo gol efectivamente, como dice Felipe Castrillón, fue una muy buena posición de la alera esperando ese cambio de frente, el cual lo cierra y puede anotar.
Yeah, I wonder if the Finns are really helping the Colombians here. I noticed that most of the Colombians are still wearing brayers, whereas some other countries have really swapped around to the Najee Finns. What? Yeah, they've, and I know certainly the New Zealand team, who are certainly leading the board here in the under-23 women's. Most of them are wearing the Najee Finns.
Yes, most of them is wearing brayers, but some of the men of Colombia, or almost everybody in Colombia, is now wearing Nayadia Morena, which for my style of game and for what am I doing now, Nayadi is much better and the price is much lower. So.
And they're unbreakable.
Yeah, as Nat said, they're unbreakable, and I have a pair, and I really like how small they are in terms of traveling around for different places. If you're just going somewhere for a weekend and you want to play a bit of hockey, certainly poses an advantage.
Muy bien, defiende Colombia, muy bien, sale Colombia, muy bien, están las chicas defendiendo muy bien, incluso con esta chica de menos. Bueno, Laura ya entró nuevamente al agua, tenemos 6 contra 6, una falta en defensa, fue un guante que señala el juez francés Christophe Ley. Los jueces los vemos, por lo que puedo ver desde el video, con decisiones muy acertadas. Tenemos buenos jueces en este juego cuando Australia llama un tiempo fuera.
So I think that's an excellent time to call the timeout from the Australian coaches. And really, I think what they're going to be saying is now is the time, if you want to win this game, to pull up your socks and show the world what you've got. I think they really just need to think about the moves they're doing when they're moving it laterally across the pool and exposing themselves, and really try and take every opportunity that they can to be on the puck and create those attacking plays.
Ok, Daniela Sánchez, está un poco atrasado el streaming donde estás, está ganando 2-1 Colombia, faltan exactamente 5 minutos 38 segundos de juego. Mónica Rojas está también reportando audiencia desde Estados Unidos. Recuerden que los 2 últimos minutos de este segundo tiempo va a ser tiempo efectivo de juego. Esperemos que Colombia anote tercer gol que le dé un poco más de tranquilidad, no estar muy angustiados en esos últimos minutos.
So the Australians taking the free here, and they'll really be aiming to score. I wonder if they had a bit of a set play there, but the Colombians clearing it to the goal. The refs have called an obstruction and kicking a Colombian player out again for 1 minute. I think this is the third sin bin for obstruction that the Colombians have had, and I wonder how the refs will start to escalate that as the game continues into these vital last minutes.
Bueno, vemos una obstrucción de Laura Arboleda y la mandan fuera 1 minuto. Colombia tiene nuevamente una jugadora menos. Creo que les faltó salir un poco más, a presionar esa pastilla, y es una falta de Australia. Refs timeout, hay una falta a favor y otra en contra, entonces vamos a ver cuál deciden que es la que primero ocurrió.
So refs timeout as the obstruction is called against Australia. They're just having a bit of a discussion. I don't know if it's about, what the call is so much as if they need to... Yeah, so they've resolved that. They've called an equal puck. I think that you know, the two different refs saw different fouls, and they've concluded with an equal puck here.
Muy bien, equal pack para Colombia, defiende hacia la barrera donde están los relevos. Colombia está aguantando bien la presión con esta inferioridad numérica que tiene en el agua. Ahora lleva la pastilla hacia el muro. Continúa Colombia presionando el muro y haciendo una muy buena disposición táctica para defender.
Yeah, there's a bit of an error there. There's still 4 minutes and about 30 seconds left to go in the second half here. Australians looking much more attacking, so I think that's really the excellent change that they've needed to make. Colombians still looking strong in defending those attacking advances by Australia.
Muy bien, veíamos cómo Colombia mantenía esa pastilla junto a la barrera, una falta con el stick, número 5, Mariana Arboleda es enviada afuera, esperemos, ya les confirmo, número 5, la australiana número 5, va a entrar Laura Arboleda, pasa que me confundí con las señas del juez, vemos que también está Juan Felipe Fernández, está Sergio Andrés Ochoa, está Juan Pablo Álvarez, todo el mundo pegado de la pantalla. Veíamos también que la hermana de Camila Ponte estaba observando con atención el partido. Recordemos que Camila está descansando hoy.
So that's Mathilde out for 1 minute from the Australian side. So just some stats. So we've still got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. So really, with a score of 2-1, it's anyone's game. Colombia looking very good as they stream there towards the Australian goal. And Australia, you've got to remember, have got 5 players in the water at the moment. So Bridie Hillier there, just keeping it safe, putting it in the corner, hoping to reset for a more attacking play. And then I think that I don't know who that player is, maybe Claudia pushing through there.
Muy bien, Colombia tiene una más en el agua, veíamos en la esquina defendiendo a la hija de Lucero Perdomo, Camila Reyes, Colombia presionando muy bien, ahora llevando la pastilla hacia el centro, ahora quiere entrar la canaleta y presionan niñas, aire, quédate, muy bien, vemos pastilla al centro, a presionar con el stick, voltea la mano.
Wow, looking very dangerous there for the Australians, that flick to the players there, so you can see Bridie and Claudia there, excellent defence, and really they've done an excellent job to result in that not being a goal scored against Australia.
Yeah, I'm sure they're saying to each other that you can be my wingman anytime, ladies.
Muy bien, una falta que veíamos a favor de Australia. Laura detiene la pastilla ilegal, sí, una parada ilegal de la pastilla. Yes. He's right. Veamos que la tenía, la bajó con el guante cuando hubo un chute en el aire. It's accidental. Entonces, bueno, Australia defiende bien esa pastilla, sale de la presión. Estuvimos muy cerca del tercer gol. Recordemos que quedan 2 minutos ahora. Últimos 2 minutos que van a ser de tiempo efectivo de juego.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go, and the Australian girls really need to put the pedal to the metal here. Looking good streaming through there. Can't quite see who the players are when it's on the other side, away from our cameras. But excellent driving from the Australian girls, and with 1:30 to go, they really need to score a goal here. Tori Wickham there, again showing her excellent acceleration.
Muy bien, Colombia presiona esos cambios de frente, no le han resultado a las australianas esos cambios de frente, hemos tenido la disciplina táctica para esperarlas y romper esos intentos de péndulo que están haciendo. Ahora vemos como Colombia rompe y va hacia la barrera para intentar luego hacer la diagonal hacia el centro.
Yeah, there's nothing to lose now. With 1 minute to go, Australia needs to do an incredibly brave thing and open it up. Colombia are really strong on the wall, just that total one behind the other, and it's just like a freight train. if Australia can get a few fresh legs in here because they're under the sub bench, we should be able to see a cross of 45 and open it up, use their legs. 43 seconds to go. Come on, Aussie. You can't score from back there. Just find a bit of space and go for it.
Muy bien, advierten a Camila Mejía por guante. Quedan escasos 39 segundos de juego. Esperemos que las chicas... sí, tiempo fuera para Colombia. Esperemos que las chicas sostengan estos últimos 38 segundos. Hagan apnea todos en casa, todos en apnea. Vamos, son 38 segundos solamente. Démosle energía a estas chicas.
What's this business, Para? Do you know what they're doing there with the tea bag dunking in the water? Is that like to fill their heads with a bit more moisture or what?
Just taking a breath.
Taking a rest. Okay, so it's some kind of like formation dance, and we know the Colombians and the Argentinians love a bit of a dance, and that continues in the water. So I'm calling that the ping pong dance, and with less than a minute to go.
Now, if you were the Colombian coach, what would you be saying to those girls now?
Yeah, really good point. The Colombians are up, so I'd be saying, continue doing what you're doing, suck it up, lungs full of air. You don't come to the surface now until the puck goes up into the defence of the Aussies and you hear that final siren. They should be able to hold their breath for 38.
5 segundos para reiniciar. Recuerden, son 38 segundos, todos en apnea, todos en apnea, 38 segundos. Vamos a ganar este partido. Esto nos abre el resto del mundial. Las chicas de Australia vuelven y abren la pastilla y Colombia corta esa intención para llevarlas hacia el muro. Muy bien, Colombia.
Interesting, the Australians open it up and swam it across the pool. Come on, girls, with 38 seconds to go, you want to penetrate. That's where you pull out a power play. So with a countdown of 15 seconds to go, we've just had a stoppage in play. One of the Colombian girls, an infringement, so they've been pushed back. So a reprieve, I suppose, for Australia. But how long does it take, if you're swimming full on, how long does it take you to go for 25 metres? They've got 13 seconds. Can they do it?
Listo, el falta de Colombia, quedan 13 segundos. Esta última apnea, sí, todos, 13 segundos. Hay que acompañar las chicas, vamos.
Vamos, I love it. And it's a bit murky, it's a bit shady over there. We've had another ref's call. It's must be pretty baffy, argy-bargy down there. The Australian girl's been pushed back, so I'm thinking with the countdown, we'll just let this one play out.
3 seconds to go, 3 seconds to go. I think well done to both teams.
Yes, it's over.
Yeah, it's all over, Red Rover. So congratulations to Colombia. Commiserations for Australia. Maybe you need to look at what you're having for breakfast, because I reckon the Colombians had chili. Chili made them hot, made them spicy. Maybe the Aussies need to switch from Wheat Bix and go for something a little bit sharper. Okay, so thank you, Para. Always wonderful to have you in the comms box. Hopefully you'll be back in.
I will try. I have a lot of games today, but I will try to be here again. And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, lovely.
And for sharing with me.
Yeah, thanks,
you,
Phoebe. Great to have you on board as well. And Zoe, big thumbs up from Zoe Canavan. She loves you commentating. So she's obviously not the only one. And did she say the dulcet tones of Phoebe Stewart?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, you're like smooth. You're smooth. You're like velvet. The velvet hammer. I'm going to call you Phoebe. Okay, Nat Wickham saying ta-da. Oh, Victoria Wickham. We've got 2 Wickhams in that game. Hello, girls. We'll catch up with you later.
So that one says 7, but it's actually game 100 because I wrote it down. One box. So you load that one up for the team list. Everything else is that number there.